All right, I'm clicking to go live, boys. Boom. I clicked real fast. Welcome in, everybody.
Oh, am I good to intro?
Absolutely, my guy.
Okay, cool. Water, earth, air, fire. Long ago, the four nations lived in harmony, and today the last arc is going to talk about that. So let's get right into it. I am your host, Captain of the Last Arc, Straw Hat Lucas, and today I'm joined by our wonderful helmsman Fritz Ziditz, hosting the stream. How we doing, Fritz?
We are doing wonderful. All right. There's been doing my research this morning, all morning. There's lots to go on about. There's a lot of things coming up. It's pretty exciting.
Yes, yes. We're also joined by the special grade sorcerer himself. He alone is the coping one. SSJ8 Cody. How we doing today, brother?
I'm always great, even better with you all here with next to me. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Members of the last arc we have left to introduce is the wonderful and ever beautiful Cube of the Red Sea, our historian. How are we doing today, Cube?
Well, hello everyone, and actually, I am not Cube today. I am not Cube of the Red Sea. I am Cube of the Red Teeth, descendant of
Yes.
the great Iroh himself. Give you the gospel of my great ancestors. No, but I'm just excited to be here, guys. It's one of my favorite franchise. Let's
And
get it, guys.
from the TLA side of things, the last but not least, the Alabama Queen herself, the GOAT, the one, the only, Miss 3 Day Trip, our Navigator. We'd be lost without you. We'd be so lost without you.
Sweet day, sweet day.
3 Day, 3 Day.
Thank you, thank you.
And
I'm
moving
here
on,
for it.
yes, I'm so excited to have you. Moving on to our guest, right now we are being joined by brother and close, close friend to the last arc, DQ Tree the Wolf. How are we doing today, my man?
Hey yo, pretty mint, I must say. Pretty mint.
Minty, I like to hear it. And certainly not least but last today is the one, the only, the man with the plan, Kusolendo. How are we doing, Kusolendo?
Hello, beautiful people. Thanks for having me at PLA. It is such love. I love it. Let's go.
Let's go. So I think we should all dive right into this. And today we're mostly just going to be talking, general discussions about the Avatar: The Last Airbender series, and then what we're expecting of this first season of the live action. So let's dive right into it. I want to get around of everyone's favorite character from the series. And it doesn't have to just be season one. I think we've all seen all three seasons of Avatar enough. Like, but yeah, let's start with Eeny, Miny, Mo, Kusalin. Why don't you go?
Top all the way. 100%. She is such a badass. Like, I can't imagine anyone hating on her, but she was just such an amazing character. And like, she does all this blind. Like, how amazing is that?
Mm,
Absolute clown character. Sorry, birds of the character.
yes, absolutely.
Awesome, yeah.
Open forum. Whoever wants to go next, go next.
Favorite character?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to say my favorite character is Smokey really opened my eyes when Uncle Iroh is really,
Bro.
he's
Ooh,
someone I would smoke
mm.
the pipe with, he's someone I'd be best friends with.
I
He's
know I should have spoke up first.
Uncle Iroh, he could just bend the little spark you need to like puff pass, give you that gas. Just
He can keep it from getting too hot, bro.
Mm-hmm.
and he give you like the perfect tea. You feel like this one's gonna like elevate your high to the best level. This tea is gonna be the one that relaxes and calms you with the best antioxidants and vitamin. Like he'd be on
Ooh.
that good lockdown stuff.
Yeah, and not only that, he has like some of the best quotes from the entire series. Like when he
Actually,
grabs Zuko, it is like, "I was never mad at you. I was just disappointed that you had lost your way." It's like, ah,
yeah, not memeing. Like Uncle Iroh does
yeah.
have like some of the coolest bending in the series. I like that one
Mm-hmm.
like part where him and Zuko have that confrontation. He's like, "You need to make your own choice in life right now." That speech to this day still sticks out to me when I think
Oh
about
yeah.
from Last Airbender, and I think like I love him a lot. So I'd say
Azula, do you know why they called me the Dragon of the West? And she's like, I have no time for war stories. And he's like, okay. He just fire spits out of his mouth. It's like, oh god. It's already gonna be a hype stream. Yeah, I'll go real quick before we get to everyone else. My favorite character in the entire series has probably got to be the Swamp Vendors. Like, it's such. I'm trying to choose different from everyone else, or else I would have just said Toph because her name's Toph and it sounds like tough. Um, but I love the Swamp Vendors. I think that's a unique style of bending, and plus the way they're like, we're gonna cook up us that fly bison.
See that internal struggle over time, but with Zuko, you really feel that.
It's in my opinion, yeah, it's one of the best written like switching sides arc in all this time for the past 10 minutes.
Pretty.
Maybe he has his
Pretty.
stream muted.
Fritz the Ditz, we need you.
Pretty.
When the world needed him most, he vanished.
It's fixed now.
Yeah. He said-
Oh, that's perfect.
That was perfect.
Sorry about
So
that.
they heard nothing?
They can
Throughout
barely hear us.
heaven
apparently.
and earth, I alone in the coping one.
No, I got it.
You got
Okay,
it.
So do we have to
Alright.
do we have to repeat everything or?
Right now,
I can-
I'll just do a small recap. Yeah. Right now, we're talking about favorite characters from the series, just kind of get the ball rolling. I said the Swamp Benders. Cody was a goat and said Iroh. Kusaland, also a goat, said Toph. Cube said Zuko, and that's okay. Very base take. I mean, good take, good take. And I think we are now getting to Fritz, 3-Day, and DQ.
I'll go next. I kind of in the same vein as you, like I don't want to just be one of the people. It's Suki, but if it wasn't her, it would be Pyondao, the bladesmith from the Fire Nation that trained Sokka.
Yeah.
I think he's extremely based in the fact that he's like, hey man, like I knew who you guys were when you pulled up, but like I don't care.
Yeah.
I think he's a really chill guy. I think he's
Dude,
cool.
Dude walked in. You're right, because and I tell people how badass he is. Dude walked in the middle of a comet where firebenders are stronger, with other crazy benders with just a sword and no bending skills. Dude is
And he
just built
still
different.
walked.
Yeah, he's built different. You're right. He's a goat.
He says something about like sword fighting, like it doesn't belong to any nation, so like why would he be against that? I don't know, it's cool. I just think he's neat.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely one of the best of the White Lotus. Like,
Yeah.
and him not being prejudiced against Sokka, like it just goes to show how good of a group they are and how good of a master he is. Because, like he said, mastery of the sword belongs to no nation.
Yeah.
3-Day Fritz, it's on you guys now.
I'll go. Of course, it's Uncle Iroh and Toph, but I do have kind of out of pocket take. I liked Azula, her intro, some of the best fight scenes,
Ooh.
and when she breaks down at the end, it just it's sad. It's kind of sad.
That's another really well written character in the series too. Yeah, because like most villains, when they get their comeuppance, you're like, yeah, that's what you get. But with her, it's like, oh, this poor little girl. Her mother hated her because she was a monster, and like she's gone through all of this turmoil. If you've read the comics too, I don't know if anyone here has read the comics, but they go deeper into Azula stuff, and it's crazy.
So in the cartoon, she kind of addresses it, right? Like, oh, poor me, like, you know, my mother didn't love me, but like, she's like, I don't really care. But then she kind of does end up caring about it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she has all those like flashbacks of her and stuff, and visions of her.
So, and I do actually have something to say about this. It's because it's very interesting, and it's because of how great the Azula voice actress was.
Yeah.
So since when they were recording, when they were doing it, not all of them read the full scripts, and the voice actress for Ty Lee only found out that she was playing a villain group when the show was showing, and it's because her talks. She only listened to her interaction with obviously with Azula, and she just thought Azula was this like dramatic character. So like a fun fact, because of how the Azula character like was played, the Ty Lee voice actress never knew that they were villains. She assumed they were like neutral characters. Yeah,
that's funny.
Which is a fun fact. Yeah.
Fritz, I think you were the last one we have to hear from on favorite characters.
Yeah, sorry about everything. I think we got it all worked out now. I would say the original uncle for sure, probably up there. The mentor and like the student kind of relationship with him and Zuko, probably the best thing out of the entire series for me. So
It is.
but that's
beautiful.
That's one of my favorites for sure.
Was there any characters that people didn't like even?
Oh, this is what I was gonna get to next.
Oh,
Perfect,
sorry.
No, that's perfect. That's
Katara
perfect.
in the later half of. Oh my god.
My mother was killed by the Fire Nation.
She's, dare I say, insufferable.
Hold on though, because in the later half, in season 3 specifically, she has that moment where she's out in the rain. The man who's killed her father is in front of her, and she stops the freaking rain, and it's just like, in the dome of water. Her water bending's insane, dude. But I do agree, she's insufferable.
Like, I feel like there's a big difference in like, yeah, she's really cool, but like, why she got to be acting like that in the later half?
Bloodbending Katara was pretty cool.
Yes,
that was scary.
That was pretty sick. Yeah, that's pretty badass.
So
I'm
gonna retell you the characters, and it's actually a group that I didn't like, the Dialees. Just for me, just like it's like the
the Earthbenders.
Yeah. I think it's just my least favorite part of it. Like they had nothing to the story, so I was like, well, every time I rewatch, I like see the Dialees, but I'm just saying, they're a nuisance.
Well, they were supposed to be kind of badass at first, but then they turned into little cowards when Azula was around and didn't fight for their own nation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like there was. I would have a bit more with them, but you mean they were like a nuisance to be a nuisance? That's all. And then they were no more the whole Azula thing. Then it became not even a threat.
Yeah,
You guys are missing the most annoying character in the entire series, and that is Shu from the Lady of the Water episode in the Fire Nation.
Who was that?
Yeah, he's also got a brother named Chu, and it's just him in a different hat, and he's super annoying. I cannot stand that guy. Yo, Mana Crow, what is up? Holy crap!
I'm gonna report him. I'm kidding. We love you, Mana Crow.
Thank you so much. That is goated, dude.
Hell. Oh my god. Maybe one day I'll never have a branded.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, right. Maybe one day.
Mana Crow. W.
Mana Crow.
It's set to M for Mumbo when it should be set to W for win.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wumbo.
Haven't you heard of Wumbo? Haven't you heard of Wumbo, SpongeBob? We Wumbo, he Wumbo.
Man, look at all those memberships. That is
Yeah, it just keeps going, man.
They just keep going.
I
That's
got a
crazy.
question. When
Yeah.
we say least favorite character, do we mean like? Because like I don't hate Katara. I just think she had a weak second half of showing. Is it like characters that you just like there's like no redeeming qualities, or like could I bring up like the face stealer?
Yeah, you can
That
bring
was
up the face stealer.
that was terrifying as a kid, man. Like
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
that ain't right.
And
I mean,
thing-
another notable group that were annoying was the. You remember the two families who had to cross the path, and Aang had to do. You remember with this whole thing of they've been in war for 100 years.
oh
Great
yeah,
divide.
the
The
Great
Great
Divide.
Divide.
Yes.
It never
Yeah.
happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
One of the most annoying two group of people, both sides.
I don't like Sokka.
He's too sexist. I hope they get rid of that trait
Let's
in the
go.
live action.
Based.
No.
Based. Based.
Listen,
Don't
I will
even.
defend this because
Oh,
not at
man.
all, dude.
It was
Not at
a
all.
joke.
It's like
In case it wasn't obvious.
That's a major topic that's kind of like floating and trending right now. There's probably about 100 videos on it that's dropped in the last 2 days, 24 hours at least. Changes in
no.
the live action.
I just want to know
think-
that, like, I didn't like Sokka before this hate came out. I just want everyone to know I've stood on this, and this was supposed to be, I think, like the major call out, and then I was like waiting for it, but I was like, oh man, everyone hates Sokka. Let's go.
No, man. I will make a defense on this whole thing hey, we've got a special guest who just joined us, Baby Love herself.
Oh, there it is. Here it comes. It's my defender.
She's muted.
We're talking right now. Yes, I just got her into the stream. We're talking right now about Cody's disdain for Sokka.
Yeah. The one thing I will defend of the whole thing is Sokka is one of those characters in which the macho thing doesn't usually work, and I'm not a vibe for it, but I do like it to the point that when you see the backstory of Sokka and Katara and what Sokka, the thing that he makes a connection to, he is the man, the way he views stuff. What I like at this with that thing is there's a basis for it. He's not a macho to be a macho. It's like how he viewed it, and you kind of see him like being pegged down by Suki and the Kyoshi warriors and other people, little by little. So that's why it doesn't bother me as much as other characters in other franchises, because you can see that there is a backing to it. There's a narrative to it.
And
No,
now that
it's wild to hate on him. It's like hating Usopp. He's the only regular ass guy in the group.
Well, I get what Cody's saying though, because while I personally love Sokka, I think his character development is amazing. They throw all of his character development out the window in the 3rd season. Like he's gone so far from being like this sexist individual, and he goes right back to making those sexist comments.
It's like they gave him the whole like in episode 4 they immediately address it with the Kyoshi warriors, and it's like, oh cool, this character trait that I didn't like about this character is going away, and it seems like he's growing, and then immediately is like, oh Top, you're fucking blind, you can't do anything. Like it's just it make, like don't give me hope if you're not gonna keep me with it. Like he keeps getting goated moments, and then it feels like they just want to rip it away so that they can give me more moments. I don't know. It's just weird for me.
And also, not that I over defend them, but also I came to a point that, especially for Sokka and Katara, where they had those moments as well, especially Katara with the whole firebending thing we spoke about before. I feel like it also works well because they're pre-teens as well, teens and pre-teens. So that's why I maybe give them more. I give them more of a free pass. And let's say I always said I love Iroh, but we can even give smack. In season 1, Iroh was shooting fire blast at Aang and all of them. So regardless of it, he's a grown man attacking kids. You know what I mean? It's like, so that's why I did give them free pass. I could give Iroh a free pass because all the other stuff, the parts of Iroh outshines that small minor moment in the beginning of the story.
Well, it's not small as what Cody was saying. Is it keeps being brought up again and again,
Yeah.
even after they fix and address it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I can agree with. That is frustrating.
Yeah.
it's like I want to like him, and there are moments that I really do enjoy from him, and there are character beats like when he stands up to the other water tribe and like proves like he stands up for his sister, but then to like just like have these like weird remarks late in later episodes, and it's like why? Like he should. It would be a better moment for him to grow and say something even bigger than that. Like seeing, not to bring it back to One Piece because we're the One Piece channel, but like seeing Luffy not pick the fight with Bellamy at the bar was like. It reminded me of like Shanks not picking the fight with Higuma. It's like I wish like Sokka had those moments where instead of making those dumb little jokes or remarks, he grew and like showed like, oh well, maybe these guys did this or my sister can do this. I should have like this kind of character growth from it. But I don't know. That's just me if I were writing the story. I don't know.
Well, they said in the. Oh, go ahead, Kuso.
Is it controversial to say that my least favorite character is Ty Lee?
No, that goated. That's based.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she's so fucking nice. It's like, look at me, I'm so pretty. La da da da. It's like, oh my god, shut up.
IRL, like
I didn't actually mind it too much in that one episode where they're on that island or something. They're like vacationing. I can't quite remember.
The fire,
the beach. Yeah, the beach. Yeah,
the beach episode.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of broke a lot of the characters there, and that was really good. Like I felt like all the characters that felt a little bit two-dimensional, they kind of broke that down and added a little bit of depth to it.
Fleshed them out a bit.
Exactly.
I will bring that up. The volleyball game, just a reminder. One of the best moments in this entire episode is when Azula, when they win the game, and Azula makes this analogy of her ruling the world by winning this game. It was such a crazy, funny moment.
Well, that episode went a long way to show just how fucking unhinged Azula is, man. Like like her way of flirting with men. Like the guy's just like, yeah, I like your dress, and she's like, we will rule the lands as Fire Lord and Fire Lady. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Buy me dinner first. Wait,
yeah, buy me dinner first. Like what? Goodness. But in the live action, I just read an article, and Cody, you had brought this up, that they actually like made it a point to cut back on Sokka's comments, I should say, his sexist nature.
Actually, I don't want to like be actually that guy, but the article says that they dialed it back, but the quote from the people says that they cut it out completely.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh. See, I don't know about that because it's like a big character defining moment for Sokka to see this like Kyoshi warriors, I think, in Avatar. Like that's one of the biggest moments that still stands out to me to this day was like Sokka being like, actually we're girl bossing. Like
yeah.
That shit was dope.
No, yeah,
like,
I need that.
Yeah.
I need him dressed
that
in
humbling moment. Yeah.
Yeah. That moment where he's dressed in the Kyoshi warrior garb. Like, and he's been humbled. Like it's important. It's important to the whole series, and Sokka's dynamic as a character. So I think that's the
also,
first.
Like begging the Kyoshi warriors to like train him as well was huge for him.
And him apologizing and like seeing the error of his ways. Yeah, like so I agree with Cody. Like that's something they can't cut, and I really hope that we get that in the Kyoshi warrior episode.
I agree.
So that brings another question to me. Then, what's a small scene from season 1 that we all like need to happen in the show?
What happens at the end of season 1? I don't know.
I want to see Sokka's girlfriend turn into the moon.
Wow.
Season one is all about the water tribe. Remember his whole thing about learning water bending.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Season 2 is earth bending, and then season 3 is the fire nation stuff. So like this, for a reminder for everyone.
That makes
in case
sense.
it's messed up. Yeah.
I hope the Cabbage Man is in like every other episode.
He got casted, and it's the original guy that did his voice in the anime.
Oh,
no way.
I guess he's probably that old now too, huh?
Yeah.
I want to see like some semblance of like the Avatar state, and I want to see like some other avatars like portrayed.
Yeah.
I guess I want to see more of the universe.
Oh, now it's time for me to drop some fun facts. Kyoshi and Roku have both been casted.
Yo, that's crazy. I love.
If
Roku.
you look in the teaser trailer, you can actually see Kyoshi for a brief second.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
that one
interesting.
episode of Avatar where Aang cosplayed as Kyoshi, and then like he actually Avatar stayed and said, "No, actually, I really did kill that guy, and
Yeah.
and I no diffed him."
Yeah, I
It's
know
like,
him.
what?
But no,
it's even worse than that. She even says that I have no regrets. I would do it again. Like basically, she said
I would do it again. I'll do it again.
Oh, if you're a fan of Kyoshi, you got to read her novel, man. She is
Does she have a
brutal.
novel?
Yeah, she has a novel. Her and Yang Chen both have novels.
Listen, I just watched the show and then I watched Korra. I don't even know anything about this live action coming up. I'm just coming in with fresh set of eyes and excitement.
So they're combining because they have to get rid of some of the non-story beat episodes but the episodes that are important to carry our character development. They're combining things. Like Kyoshi Island is going to be combined with Avatar Day. Like so he'll put on the avatar clothes of Kyoshi and stuff and like channel her on Kyoshi Island instead of on the Avatar Day thing.
Can we all just acknowledge that Handsome is having a run for his money with his autocorrect in the chat, y'all?
After the chat for Handsome.
A liberal action. What?
I mean,
oh my
is it wrong?
F's in the chat.
F's in the chat for Handsome.
I would say that I'm typically not a fan of how live actions are done, but this one is one where I'm really happy with the aesthetics. Things look really beautiful in the trailer. Like just like the villages themselves, how they were like all the sets and how they're built. And then like the casting is like damn near dead on for me. This is one where I'm giving thumbs up in almost all directions except for like some of these other rumors and like the typecasting that is being changed for these characters themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I heard about
and
that.
I'll say,
oh, go
I'll
ahead.
say this: the actor who plays Ozai, I know him from other shows, specifically Lost. He's one of those actors who can be sweet, but if he looks at you with menacing eyes, he scares than Voldemort and Snape and Bellatrix from Harry Potter altogether. He has this ability with just his eyes to show like true anger, like this hate, just full hate.
Dude,
So
there's that shot of him in the trailer staring down Zuko. I would not want to be in the same room as that man, and we wouldn't be fighting. Like that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Exactly, yeah. So that's why I do not know the actor, and I know the expression game is really strong with him. So that I'm excited for.
I'm ready for the small moments between Boomy and Aang before Aang realizes that it's his friend Boomy. Like yeah. Like I feel like that is going to be an emotional scene, like super duper emotional. And that's what I'm ready because they're going more into the dramatic side. They're kind of doing what One Piece live action did, where it's like we're going to keep the humor, but we have to know when to do it correctly, or else it becomes too cartoony. And I'm down with that. Like we saw, everyone here has seen the trailer, right?
I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You see like Sokka's little bit of humor there. Like I love that. Like that was perfect Sokka to me. His facial expressions, the way he said it and everything. I was like, okay, that's Sokka. Like yes.
I want to see the blue spirit, where the guy rose.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. I want to see that.
I'm worried that they're gonna try and put too much into this first season, and not like try and let it either fail or succeed, and then build from there.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'm worried that we won't see a lot of character interactions, and it's just gonna be plot. You know.
Plot. Yeah.
And
yeah, because you need
over animated scenes and.
Well, with DQ, actually, one thing that I'm very excited is in the trailer actually hinted at this is that they're doing the secret tunnel episode. Everyone thought for sure that it was going to get cut because it's basically a filler episode. But if we're getting the secret tunnel episode, that's going to be the episode I think where they're going to focus the most on character development because they're all trapped in that tunnel. It's a very linear plot and everything. Like so, my fingers are crossed because I'm with you, man. They have to have those little gang moments. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Actually, you know what? I just found my moment that I want. I was gonna say the blue spirits really brought it up, but I have another thing, and I think that it's so important, especially later on with the White Lotus. I do hope that John is there, and they don't miss the episode, the part with John. because it's such a great
Ooh.
it's such a great moment for Aang being scared of fire bending because of that, but also John teaching Aang a lesson about it's not about experience, it's not about the element, it's about your attitude towards that element, the respect
Isn't
towards. And he's
isn't that a General Zhao episode as well?
yeah,
It's the
he,
deserter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the deserter. Yeah.
yeah, the deserter. I think it's episode 16 or something in the first season. And it's such an
Ooh.
important moment because until then, Aang couldn't do anything to the general until John showed him and showed his biggest flaw when he actually trained. Then he realized, and Aang's like, he gets him at the end, he kind of see that he doesn't learn, he learns from him, but not like fire bending, but actually like, a new skill,
Self-control.
self-control,
Yeah.
how to use your mind and, tactical mindset as well. That,
And he
from there,
burns
Aang,
Katara, which leads to her healing too.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's got to happen then, because like Katara's healing is like that's like one of the biggest plot points in the Northern Water Tribe is everyone like the teacher specifically. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. The guy that ends up with Gran. He's like, you have to learn healing because you're a woman.
Paku,
Grandpa
Paku,
Ku.
thank you. Grandpa Ku,
Grandpa
thank you. Yeah, good old Grandpa Ku. Like, he tells Katara basically like, hey, you're a woman, you're not going to learn how to fight waterbending. You're going to learn how to heal, and you already have a predilection towards it. So like, they have to set that up for it to have the payoff it does in those last episodes. But I'm actually kind of with DQ too. I want to see Sokka's girlfriend turn into the moon. Like,
That's wild.
It's gonna be so funny, man.
dude, that's rough, buddy. Like, oof. Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Give it up for Sokka.
Oh my god.
His first crush joins is the military, so she's abroad all the time. His second girlfriend literally goes to the moon, literally.
I know
What does
it
her
won't be
being in the
season one.
military make her abroad? You, dang Cube, the slander never stops.
I think even abroad is across the sea.
across, military abroad. Not the
I think he got that.
I know
love
it
how
won't
your
be
mind
season
works,
one,
Cody.
but I
love how
need
your
them
mind
to
works, Cody.
reenact the Avatar play.
That's gonna be season 3 if we get it, and I need the Ember City players to be in there so fucking bad. That's why when I said earlier about Toph being tough, like I think about that. And if they don't get Dwayne the Rock Johnson to play tough and be like, I see my echolocation, like,
don't even get me started, bro.
He needs to be the
real
Boulder.
Batman.
He needs to go back to the Rock he comes from.
Go back to the WWE. Oof. Fritz notoriously hates the Rock. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The Boulder.
The Boulder.
The Boulder. The Boulder has predilections about hitting a little girl.
It's not a boulder. It's a rock.
Okay, that is like the third stream this week that has had a freaking SpongeBob reference in it. That's crazy,
bro.
That is crazy.
Admirals win.
Friday apparently. by the peak of this this referencing. All right, so Avatar. What so I've asked what scenes and everything. What are you guys all hoping though for it? Like I want to know like your real thoughts. Like what do you hope this achieves?
I hope it's good enough. I'm gonna be
Ooh.
real with y'all. Like, I just hope like it doesn't fail because we've gotten so many poor live actions before in the past, and while I think One Piece live action has definitely broken the curse, I still won't forget what we were handed before this. I'm not gonna. I have bated breath, but I mean, I'm very hesitant to be all like going all in and be all like, this is gonna be a perfect thing. The creators have walked away from the project, which has scared me a little bit, but I don't know.
To build off of that, I think that if you've seen the past, it might be a failure to us who have seen the original show, but I hope that it is good enough to the point where people who are new to the series see this and want to go and revisit the actual show. I want it to just build up the fandom. I want it to get bigger. Whatever the opposite of gatekeeping is, I want that to do this.
Open the gates. Yeah. That's how I was with the One Piece live action, man. Yeah, Cube.
And I was gonna say no, and I think I'm gonna follow what Cody and Tree just said, and I would add another thing. I want the not saying the relationship, but more like the sparks between Team Avatar and Team Zuko, that we sense it, because regardless of how it was, there was this sort of chemistry, sometimes in opposition, fire with fire, water with water, whatever you want to call it. That, as you go to transition of Zuko joining them later on, Iroh, being a good guy as well. It makes sense because you kind of see that they were opposite, but one was like trying to save the world, while the other one, it was a way to regain their honor. You know what I mean? And I do want to get that, that spark that we get around the storyline, because that's also very important. Because you're not defending Zuko, but you kind of like their interactions every time.
I hope
Aang
bro's
and Zuko.
drinking tea every time we see him.
Yeah, so
That's actually a scene I have to have in there. Is in the first season when he sees the berries and he's like, "Is it delicious tea or deadly poison?" But no, Q, I agree. They have to. I think with just like with the One Piece live action, man, they have that ability of foreshadowing, so they can lean even more into Zuko's division, like the division that's going on inside him. And
Mhm.
that's an aspect. Yeah, the storm. Thank you, 3-Day. That's the perfect way to say it. And that is a perfect time for me to say 3-Day. What are your hopes for it? What are you thinking on it?
I was actually saying that I hope that they show the episode "The Storm." I don't know if it's that first or second season where they go into Zuko's past, what happened, and why he's so intent on finding the Avatar.
Are you talking
that would be
about when Iroh's explaining to the like?
yes,
Okay, that's the first season. Yeah.
yes. I want to see that for sure. I think that would make the story a lot better, so that I don't know. I think people can get into it more when it's emotional like that.
I do too.
They're gonna break
That's a
down
great
his
point.
teenage angst.
Exactly. Yeah. Kuso.
So from everything we see in the trailer, I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. The world building is amazing. Set design, costume, props, it all looks really on point, right? Even the color grading is so vibrant.
Bro.
Like it's even more vibrant than like the One Piece live action. So all of that is really hopeful. Like I have seen some dodgy VFX here and there in the trailer. Like my VFX eye is obviously catching some of the stuff like what is that, Fire Lord Sozin maybe? Is that who's in the trailer?
Yes, they show the air temple being raided.
Right. So that one scene where you see like the mid shot of Sozin holding like a ball of fire, that looks super fake to me. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. But that looks like something from like a game trailer or something, in my opinion. But every other VFX looks spot on. I think they've done a pretty good job overall. My only concern is whether or not the kids, like the actors, they are a lot younger than like One Piece live action. So I'm wondering if they're seasoned enough to be able to do some of the compelling sort of scenes that are going to be played out. And then my other thing is, like I kind of grew up doing martial arts, and so I hope that they get the proper training to sort of do the fundamentals correctly to make it actually look convincing, not like some kids pretending to do martial arts. So those are my only things. The fact that they're pretty young actors and the martial arts aspect. But everything else looks amazing, so I'm pretty hyped for it.
There's a YouTuber I'll send you later, Kuso. He has a bunch of videos of them before they got the roles and stuff performing at like karate tournaments and stuff, like martial arts tournaments.
Really?
Yeah, man. The kid that plays Zuko, like with him just doing the movements of the martial arts he had mastered, like I was like, oh my god, that kid is firebending. Like it's insane. Yeah. Yeah, so I hope that kind of alleviates that part of it for you at least a little bit. Yeah.
No, as soon as you said that, I'm like, yeah, I'm so hyped now. That's amazing.
Yeah. Same with Gordon, because they did kind of what M. Night Shyamalan did, God forbid, and looked at martial. Yeah, but they looked at martial artists who were also wanting to break into acting, and like that's where they found him.
Power Ranger vibes.
Yeah,
there was an interview with Zuko I seen that like had me kind of like concerned. But like the way he was reacting, and you could see the stress in his face as he was trying to remember the other names of the characters in the show. I was like, man, like that's kind of stressed me out a little bit, dude. You could see the things turning, bro, smoke rolling as he was like trying to recover from the question.
Oof.
I agree, vexyz. Sabo is the real Fire Lord. What's up?
Yeah, yep. That
Yeah.
preach it, guy. Preach it. Sabo #1 for sure in every franchise.
But no,
Um,
yeah. Go ahead, Cube.
no, I was actually gonna ask questions for everyone.
Yes.
Okay, and obviously there's not that much, but there's those like alpha, like those special animals or something unique to that world. If there is something you would love to see for sure, like for me is I really want to be sure that Momo is not just a fake thing. It's an actually like it's done well. What would be like those creatures or those like items specific in the Avatar world that you would love to see?
I forgot that they combined two animals' names to create new animals for Avatar. You just reminded me about that.
Yeah, duck turtles are obviously a big one. I've got to see some duck turtles. But for me, Cody.
He is triggered. No, listen. Sabo's the goat, man.
No,
I don't
he said
stand for Sabo. It's because I'm an Ace lover, but that doesn't mean that I hate Sabo. I just like Ace more.
no. When I said duck turtles, Cody goes woo like Ducktales, and it got me.
Oh,
The platypus bear. You gotta see the platypus bear.
Yeah, the platypus bears. Oh God, Cody,
Yes,
you threw
platypus
off my
bears.
old train of thought.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think Appa looks disgusting. I'm so triggered. I think he looks gross. They did my boy dirty. They made
I
him
think he
look like
looks
King
great.
Jong
I mean-
ill. Like he looks ill.
For a live action, I didn't think it looked bad at all. Like,
I don't remember them showing Appa. Hold on, I gotta Google this.
Dude,
They-
his cheeks are like he's so freaking chubby. Like they
He's
did
chubby
my
boy.
boy
He's-
dirty.
Nah, he's big boy. Like that's
no,
just, he's
like
big boy.
that is not the same. You are lying to me. You are lying. I'm not. No,
he was always
Appa looks
pretty
gross.
peculiar looking to begin with. All right, come on now.
Hold on. Nah, I'm pulling up a picture of this.
This is
can't-
pretty faithful. I gotta say.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like I loved it. Compared to like the movie that shall
Oh
not
my
be
God.
named. Like
Oh my God, Momo, no.
Don't even.
he said,
I
Momo,
mean,
no.
I think proportion-wise, they could have raised the cheeks a little bit and stretched out the face a little bit more.
We
But,
can raise him and cough.
But what were you saying, Kuso? God, this got out of pocket quick.
It looks like he's a chipmunk with like packed nuts in his mouth. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to describe it.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh,
It does look like he's
Momo.
got a couple of testicles stuck in there for sure.
Whoa.
I didn't want to be the one to say it because I was like, I don't know how else to describe it because someone else is gonna say it
Wow.
like that.
Balls
I
in his
love that.
jaw.
No,
I love
I got
that.
you, bro. I knew it. I knew what you're trying to say.
But like like Appa didn't look like that 24/7. Like my boy got done dirty, and I'm not gonna let y'all tell me, nah, he looks cute. It's fine. Like nah, I'm gonna be that fan and say this is where I draw the line. This is my like if Sonic took off his shoes and he didn't have some grippers, that's where I would draw the line with the Sonic line.
R.I.P. current Sonic.
Yeah.
All right, hey man, Sonic 3 has the chance. They can redeem themselves.
Sonic 2 was good.
Yeah, but did Sonic have some fat grippers?
There was some
No,
current
why
Sonic
you-
controversy
you're just-
as well.
Are you waiting to see Sonic's grippers?
Who isn't?
They showed them in the
Me.
second movie.
Yeah, they did.
Well, I guess I have
R.I.P.
some
R.I.P.
I have some research to do after this stream.
Oh man, don't call it research.
Lion Turtles, though, is what I was going to say originally, Cube. I just remembered.
Oh yeah, Lion
Ooh.
Turtles.
Yeah, that'd be really
Like
cool.
they gotta nail the Lion Turtles for me. Like they've got to
Yeah.
make it have that Japanese aesthetic as well. Like it's
Momo looks sick. I'm really excited to see Momo.
Yeah.
Momo had me in tears minutes ago. I love it.
Will
However, I just
Flopsy
thought
be in there?
oh, Flopsy has to. Flopsy has to.
But then I see this picture of Appa and I'm like, why? What have you done to my boy?
I
I
mean, the
did
only thing
put-
Appa has huge nose. If that Appa sneeze on you, you're dead.
I did put an
It's-
image of live action Momo in the voice chat
Yeah.
here for you.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, he's really good.
I'm
yeah,
throwing a picture in here for you. Like,
Oh,
So
you can
actually-
see him.
good.
There's something
I'm
that I
scared.
just thought of, and that's what I'm really scared of. is the actor for Aang compared to Katara and Sokka. He's quite small in size, doesn't bother me. But we know that if they have more than one season, they won't do it in a year, and this happens all in 1 year timeline. I just hope them explain why Aang suddenly grows, to the same size as the other one. If he if he has a growth spur, that's the only thing I'm scared of.
Well, they've
You
already
know,
said that because of the reason that the entire Avatar story has to happen in a single year is because of Sozin's Comet. So instead of giving it a deadline, they're making it. We don't know exactly when it's coming, but it's coming, kind of thing.
okay,
So that they
okay.
can, so that they can take that time restraint off the story. Because, like, let's face
Yeah.
it, they cannot
So
keep
they can
that.
milk it.
Yeah, well, no, it's because you can't keep that Gordon kid from growing. He's like 14 right now, dude. He's gonna shoot
Yeah.
season 2 and then hit like 16, 17 and shoot up like a beanstalk. And like,
Is he
They'll
actually
have to
evolved or is it
reverse
a
Hugh
bald cap?
Jackman him.
he shaved his head for it.
Oh my gosh, it's
let's
Mr. Bushoda in the chat with 1 gifted Last Arc membership. Let's go, Mr. Bushoda. Thank you for writing One Piece. We love you.
Appreciate it, bro.
Bushido.
Bushido.
Sorry. Yeah, Bushido. I get them
Bushi.
mixed up.
Mr. Bushi.
Bushi,
in the chat.
Mr. Bushi in the chat.
Don't.
No, Dill, no.
But honestly, I can't wait for the Blue Spirit because we saw him in the trailer. For me, I think this is one of the things I love in the first season with Zuko when he went Blue Spirit.
Yeah.
Such an amazing moment.
Well, it just gets a lot of the stuff I'm hyped for, if I'm being honest, is for season 2. And I know, but that's really like, I don't think I ever answered like what I was hoping for. Is I just hope it's successful enough that we get to see season 2, because everyone here knows that like season 2, that is when Avatar pops off. Like you get the whole there is no war in Bossing Say stuff, like the espionage and everything. Like,
Bro.
The
Yes.
Zuko solo thing, and for
There's
those
no
who have seen
war.
Korra, and
Is it
just so you know,
Den Bushy.
Was it season 2 where Appa was stolen?
yeah,
Okay.
yes,
yeah,
So
they had to go after the boss thing. Say when they,
I mean, I think the production
yeah.
quality from what we've seen does look super good. It's super promising. If the storyline does play out quite well, like it could be just average. I think they would still have enough success to like keep it going for sure.
yeah.
I think it's very
I agree.
promising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 90% sure that it'll carry on to season 2 at least.
The Avatar has such a big fandom behind it. I have no doubt that, like, regardless of how this does, it'll get a season 2. I just want to see, like, it do well. Like, good enough.
I was gonna bring up about what I like also about season 2, especially on that for those who don't know, and it was confirmed by the creators later on after Korra, when Zuko does, he's alone and has to walk through the desert,
Yeah.
in the Earth Nation. It for those who've seen Korra, it is the same, not the same path, but the same struggles that a certain former Avatar in a flashback went through as well, which is it was the first breadcrumb of that Avatar that they showed in Korra in that flashback. So that's also like it, because I think this is the first time they started like thinking about what they do after Aang, giving some some inkling that you could see in Korra. But yeah, for those who didn't know, it was confirmed years later on by the creators of Avatar.
That's cool.
Mr.
Oh,
Bushido
you
in the
mentioned-
chat, $2, €2. Heard they're cutting back on Sokka. Yes, they are. We've kind of covered that, and honestly, there's a lot of people mixed about whether like how they feel about it. Like either they didn't understand his character or that they're just glad altogether that there's a change.
Yeah. Cody, earlier you had mentioned the creators leaving. The reason the creators left is because it was amicable. I can never say that word, so I hope I said it correctly. Like they wanted to keep the Sozen Comet thing because they felt it gave it a lot of tension, but in live action, you have the chance to build that tension better than you would in an animated like episodic adventure. That's the only reason they left. It was very amicable because the director came out and talked about it, and he said he was so freaking scared when they left just because like if the original creator leaves, that's usually a death warrant in a series. But like, I think they've shown us now that they at least understand.
I think I heard like something different from Tree today. It was like some newer news from like a month
Yeah,
ago.
it
What were you
was-
saying, Tree?
It was in the middle of December. The actual creators came out and discussed that they didn't want to leave. Like it was a really hard choice for them, but they felt that they had to.
Oh yeah. No, you just remembered. That's the other bit of information I could not remember it. It's because they got offered Avatar Studios, which is like their thing where they're making the next Avatar series and stuff. And the
Avatar
movies.
Studios. Whoa!
Cody, what?
It just blew me away. Sorry.
It blew me away. Yeah, that's like because there's that movie that's coming out next year, and it's the older versions of Aang, Sokka, Zuko, and Katara like doing their adventures again.
Yeah, man. Yes, no, it's gonna be.
I thought it was because like they were veering off of their original direction.
Yeah, I could. Give me a sec. You guys keep doing. I'll find the article again.
Yes, sir.
Ooh,
So, like,
this is a spicy stream. I like it.
The
All
trivia-
right, Kusalan, what are you looking forward to most from this live action? He's not back. You're muted, good sir.
Yes, I am.
I got him. Oh, let's go.
No, it was intentional. It was intentional.
Intentional, yeah. You meant for me to hit the gritty real quick. I got you.
That's the one. That's the one. What am I looking forward to? The world building, I think. I just want to see all the beautiful like land and all the castles and the buildings. Like I
the
think
set work from like what they showed off in the trailer looks really good.
It's so good, right?
It was very interesting to see like what we're gonna see from the takeaways. Like how much time are they gonna spend exploring these places? Because that was a really big part of Avatar, was Aang seeing how the world was in distress because of the lack of not having an avatar for so long because he froze himself. Like I'm wondering, like, how big are these set pieces we're getting? How much of this world are we going to be able to explore? Like, all the crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
animals.
I want to go to, like, a Avatar museum where you just walk around in the streets, buying cabbage and stuff. I think that would be amazing.
Speaking of cabbage, Mr. Bushido with €2 super chat saying he heard that they replaced the cabbage guy for carrots. And let me tell you, we know that carrots cooking stew for a certain cat lord and dog lord, so... I don't think Carrot will be showing up there either, bud.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
So, oh man, I'm gonna butcher these names. Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DeMartino.
Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco.
They said that they exited the project in 2020 due to creative differences. And they said that...
Oh, I don't have that muted, no.
Many of you have been asking me for updates about Avatar live action. And he wrote in a blog post, I can finally tell you that I'm no longer involved. In June of this year, after 2 years of development work, Brian and I made the difficult decision to leave the production. Things did not go as we had hoped. And he brings up the fact that like you'd have to be an idiot not to be intimidated a little bit. The first reaction is like, hell yeah. And holy shit, like, do I want to do this? Is there a way to improve on the original? Whenever you tackle something that's already beloved by millions of fans, you have to ask yourself these questions. Then it goes down to Kim stresses that our version of Avatar: The Last Airbender, some elements will unfold exactly as they did in the animated series, while others may be changed. We don't want to, I'm reading a lot of words. We don't start the show the way the animated series starts, Kim said. That was a conscious decision to show people this is not the animated series. We had sometimes unraveled storylines and remixed them in new ways to make sense for a serialized drama. So I'm curious to see what'll happen in terms of reactions to that. So it's a little bit more, like it seems that Kim actively like changed the show and the creators were like, hold up, this isn't 1-to-1 anymore. What are we doing?
But do we want a 1-to-1? That's the question. Because I liked the One Piece live action. Like I liked the change they did with Garp. I know a lot of people didn't, but I did.
Yeah, but like now we have the information that like, according to the creator or not, the creators of the Netflix version, not the original creators, like they've quote them, they've removed the sexism from Sokka's character, which is like a major part of his development. So like Now do we just, according, like combining that with this, do we just not have that? They've unraveled that storyline. So like, how do you
I
remix
see
it?
what
Like
you're saying.
it's
I see what you're saying.
You're
putting
saying
their
you think
words
they might
with
have
their
cut
words. Yeah.
they might have cut that arc out to like further the story elements and other further plot beats, maybe?
It's worrisome. So like I'll hold my reservations until it comes out and I'll make my own opinions after I watch it, but it's hard not to be worried for it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you know about the Kyoshi episode. How is it gonna make that connection with the Kyoshi warrior when you think of how Suki was important and later on with Zuko in the boiling prison? You know what I mean? It's not like it's just this one-off group that we never see again. They become relevant in season 3. So yeah, I see what you mean.
If they try to focus any romance that isn't a girl becoming the moon, like they can go ahead and turn it off. 'Cause it's not what it's not. It's like not what it's about, man.
Also, I just said that if Sokka doesn't have a boomerang and it doesn't work well, I won't be happy.
Hey guys, we're gonna have to let Kusalan spit his flowers, I think, if we he says he's gonna have to go get ready for work. Kusalan, where
Yeah,
can these
yeah,
wonderful
starting the day.
people hear more of your wonderful voice and takes and theories? I want to hear more of it.
Oh yeah, I'll probably start working on a new theory soon. Right now, I'm actually helping a lot of content creators with their art, thumbnails, and stuff like that. So I've been a little bit busy with that, but I do have quite a few scripts in the running. So you can catch me on YouTube at Kusaland Theories. Otherwise, yeah, I'll be hanging around in Junk Records, probably hang out a bit more in TLA as well. But yeah, it was lovely having to catch up with you guys. Thanks for having me. Love you
No,
all.
man. Great for
Absolutely.
spitting.
Yeah.
We were blessed to have you with us.
Blessed.
Blessed to
Thank you.
spit
No.
Avatar: The Last Airbender with you. Blessed.
I'll leave on that note. Ciao.
Yeah. Later, brother.
And like Vex just said in the chat, all the links for that should be in the description below. Our boy Vexy from Texie over there has got it on lock.
Sexy Vexy.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pivot to a more personal question. If y'all were in the Avatar world and you would have to be like one of the 4 elements, which element would you guys want to be?
Oh, I'm not ready for the slander. I'd be a firebender.
Okay, Cody. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just judging.
What would you be, 3-Day?
Yeah, 3-Day. What about you?
I would be an airbender, but I would like to be like the one in Legend of Korra, where the guy that was in prison was able to float.
Zaire.
Yes,
Zaire.
that's what I'd want to do.
Well,
I feel like it's complicated. I think just not Earth, honestly. Fire has lightning, and that's one of my favorite things. I love the idea of like water and whatnot and like what that stands for. But air lets you fly, and it lets you breathe underwater by creating air pockets. I feel like air is just too good.
I can't have you slander on Earth like that. I'm taking Earth. Are you kidding me? Metal bending and magma bending as subclasses? Fucking sign me up, dude.
I mean, it's cool. It's not for me personally.
Listen,
That's
man,
what I'm trying to say.
Firebending is really cool, and I mean, like, after watching Fire Force, it really reignited my like want to like be able, dude. Fire Force, like the shit out of it. I'm gonna be Shinra, having fire coming out of my feet.
Bro,
like, there's gonna be a way. I'm gonna figure it out. Like, just I'm gonna Katsuki Bakugo my way to victory.
Demon.
It's been long enough.
So like I'm okay with y'all being on fire, like, but like at what point are you like a fire, nation purist, bro? Like you about that? You about that life?
Post Series 1 Firebender.
No, dog. I'm a series 2016. Make the Fire Nation great again.
Woo! Purist at heart. Okay.
Fritz, we all know Cody. Cody would have been one of the first firebenders screaming, saying, "Ozai, scar Zuko right now."
Oh, I guarantee. I guarantee.
Oh my god!
I almost believe that. I could see it now.
Cody be waiting on the Thozen's comment to roll around every time.
He's like, I'm so hyped. Fritz, what bending element would you be, bro?
I would have to go with water and just like the idea of blood bending. If anybody's seen, not to spoil it, but anybody's
That's
seen,
messed the fuck up.
see
What the
anybody,
hell?
anybody seen like Gen V or The Boys? Like this is a really useful power.
You're
Like
you're pissing me off today. Yeah. Like,
You could have
damn.
went with water bending because I love to heal people, but no, let's
no,
blood bend.
blood
Yeah, let's
bend.
blood bend.
For real. I mean, it's super practical, right? Like there's no
Oh,
amount of defense like that's gonna stop this from happening. You could take all the iron you want.
I
well,
know
think,
we're streaming on YouTube, so I'll be vague, but also I feel like there's some other things you can do with blood bending. You know what I mean?
We all know what you were thinking about. Don't worry.
Woo!
well, with fire bending, you also get you can learn how to like just to change the subject as abruptly as possible. You can learn to do that mind thing where they like combustion bending, where they shoot the bullets basically out of their mind and like it explodes.
You can make somebody
Mr.
misfire their
Combustion
weapon
Bender.
and they not know who did it, bro.
Well, with
Yeah.
earth bending too, you could potentially do blood bending if you could control the iron in somebody's blood, Magneto style.
Yeah, but they
But
he
can you
had
do it
to
with
get a shot in his blood to do that, and he pulled the iron right out. He didn't pull the blood.
Yeah,
I feel like you could
that's
do it
true.
with air too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
air's got that
Ooh,
terrifying ability where you could pull the one that Yang Qin invented, where you could pull the air out of someone's lungs.
bro.
Winston
Dang, are
asked if
you
you
an
could bend with
airbender?
any sub element, what would it be?
So I'm just gonna give my answer because I didn't give my answer to the element. For me, it's air bending. It's same reasons for S3 Zaire showed us why air is the most overpowered element because it's present everywhere, but it's also because I want to do some clown bending
Ooh,
with it.
clown
So that's my
bending.
answer. I'm also answering with the sub element would be cloud bending that you
Cloud.
can do with air.
Okay.
That'd be so cool.
So
That
some,
My
would be
sub,
cool.
yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say, probably lightning is the best one, but if I'm sticking with the airbender motif, it's I've got to do magma bending. Magma bending's insane. Like to be able to pour or pull lava up from like the crust of the earth and just like that's insane.
Make your own
That is
island,
insane.
bro.
Yeah, make your own lands. Like, oh my goodness.
We got a big wake up call from Grand Line Bound. Just a kid with no name. What's his name? Smokey.
Smokey.
Ooh, I'm with the goats, baby. Let's go. What's up,
Smokey,
Grand Line
guys?
Bound.
What I miss? Yeah.
what element are you in Avatar these days? How you feeling?
Oh, if you had to guess, what would it be?
Oh, I know what I'm guessing. I got to hear it from the man, the myth, the legend himself. All right.
I'm guessing Smokey's an air
Well,
type.
if I had to pick one, it would be air, but I have to be a combination of air and earth, if you know what I mean.
Bro.
Yeah, my boy. I said Earth.
He subclasses in herbology, bro.
It starts
I'm
from the
gonna.
earth, but then it turns into air. Well, earth, fire, then air, baby. Let's go. And then
And it can
Do
I
it.
don't
help with
know,
a
Do
you
little bit of
know,
Yeah.
water, bro. And a little bit of water.
be
yeah,
a sandbender.
wash it down.
Be a sandbender.
Wow.
It's literally earthbenders using sand like airbenders. Be a sandbender,
You'd
literally.
be a
I
bloodbender, Cube, because you're evil.
No, dude. That's Fritz. That's Fritz. Fritz literally said, talked about bloodbending. I'm an airbender.
the explosion is a
You're
mix
air.
of
You're
air and
air.
fire. I would be an air
Yeah.
and fire bender. I'd be
No,
an
but
explosion
if I had to pick
bender.
one, though, it would be air. Any elemental, like that's throughout. That's universal for me, guys. Any elemental, anything, it's air. Always air for
Yeah,
me. Every single time.
dude.
Every single time.
The last
I also
airbender.
I'm also gonna bring this up. Like, let's because I'm happy that Srede brought up Zaire, even though it's not this franchise specifically, but it's the same universe. We're gonna give it to the guy. The guy studied airbending his entire life, and just happens by randomly to be gifted that thing. That's one of my. That's why I prefer him as the best airbender. Man,
Who?
Zaire,
Zaire.
the airbender from Korra. That's Srede talked about.
Yeah, he's dope.
Cody just went
Yeah.
invisible.
I mean,
You went invisible.
That
That
was
was hilarious. That was hilarious, Cody. You just puffed and you just
he
disappeared.
smoked. He's up and above his smoke and just vanished.
You know
That's
what
how.
made me think of?
That's what happened to Smoker. Smoker was in the story. He puffed some smoke and he vanished.
You know what,
Oh,
Cody? You know what you made me think of?
I
Remember
got him.
remember in Hunter x Hunter that chameleon ant that could smoke and just disappear?
No.
I think it was a chameleon. I think it was a chameleon. He would
No, I
smoke and just
thought in the
disappear.
Hunter x Hunter there was Morel and he had the giant pipe, and then there was a Chimera ant that was a chameleon that could hide other people by latching onto them.
Yeah, but he would smoke all the time. It was with a cigarette. I don't remember that. I think it was that. But anyways, you made me think
I
of him.
remember that. That's really interesting.
Dude, I'm
Cody's
litty
the
for
real
the live action
airbender.
though.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm a
Smokey. Since you
firebender.
just hopped in, what's your how is your head space with the whole live action? How are you feeling about it?
Oh, I'm super optimistic. The what I was saying the last time we were talking about it on the Desmond's banquet, um, the aesthetics and all that, all the casting, all the outfits look good. All we need to see is just like the choreography and all the dance, all the fighting. I mean, but honestly, that's pretty easy. They have to nail it. That's the last part though, is they have to like for for the Earthbenders, they have to get that like stomping fighting action for like the fire. They have to get that like Shaolin movements. You know what I mean? It's choreography is a big freaking thing. So, but for the most part, I think they're gonna knock it out the park. I do think it's gonna compete with One Piece, but I think One Piece will edge it out because, I mean, you can't stop OP. But I have high hopes for it for sure. Casting is beautiful. Was brilliant. You
It
know,
looks really
and
good.
that's
I
a big
agree.
thing too. Yeah, yeah. Like Bossing Say, I don't know if that's confirmed to be Bossing Say in like one of the quick shot. It's like the city is kind of dark. I'm like, if that's Bossing Say, I'm like, that's gorgeous. I'm like, that's gorgeous. Like, I don't know, it looks dope, man. I can't wait. I really can't wait. It's gonna be a vibe. What are you guys feeling? Anybody have negative vibes for it?
The creators separating themselves from the work is a big red flag, but I still have hope overall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's always the creative differences, right? That's always the title they attach to that. I always like, what does that mean? What happened? What does that mean
You
behind the
did
scenes? But
you did join late, so I'm a little curious. Let you spit a little bit more. We gave our favorite and least favorite characters earlier. What are yours?
ooh, okay. My favorite, Big Uncle Iroh. I mean, he has to be one of my favorites. You know. Least favorite. Ah, man, that's a hard one. Least favorite. I would have to go. I don't know. I think Zuko's just a little. He has like that Sasuke syndrome from
Bro.
Naruto. He's just like a little buster. He redeems himself at the end. Don't get me wrong, but for the longest time, I'm like, you're a buster, man. I hate you. But yeah,
He's a
but
buster.
you know what I mean? He's just like he's a buster, man. I don't want to say the B word. I don't want to be the first to swear. I'm pretty sure Lucas is probably
No,
already
yeah,
swear.
we
yeah,
got you
yeah,
covered,
definitely.
bro.
Yeah, I would say I
Right out the
definitely
gate, like
got some.
30 seconds in, huh? Like 30 seconds in, you were like,
Bro, we hit one. We hit a
ah,
wild moment earlier of straight broken meta for real.
nice. That's
We
what's
was
up.
we was getting
Vaporeon?
wild with
Were
it.
we talking about Vaporeon?
We weren't
Hell
talking
yeah,
about
brother.
Vaporeon. Cody was
Okay.
apparently.
But yeah.
So
But yeah, it's hard to tell. It's hard to name the like worst character, the character that I at least like. But I do love me some Uncle Iroh and Appa. I love Appa.
what was it that you
Like
said that
anytime you could like. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
go
Speedy.
for it, brother spit? My bad.
No, I was gonna say anytime you could give an animal like a character, like to make him a character like Appa. They even gave him his own episode, right, where he like got lost. I was legit sad for that. I was like, oh, no, dude.
Dude.
I
He did not
I
get
hate.
lost. He got stolen, kidnapped.
He got stolen, right. What? Right, yeah, yeah. He did get kidnapped by those chicks, right? Those earthbending chicks. If I'm
The
not mistaken. I don't know.
the nomads or whatever, the desert guys. I don't remember clearly, but yeah.
Man,
Benders.
that is like my most watched
Yeah.
episode. I remember being a kid and trying to catch Avatar and like retime like where I was in it so I wouldn't watch the episodes out of order. And I swear to God, I would always catch that episode with the sand castle in the middle of the desert and they're going in for the scroll and then Appa gets captured and then I'd be like, okay, cool. I know where I am again. And the next week I would miss it and I'd have to wait and then every time I would catch it, it was always that stupid episode.
Bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like trying to run home
Sucks.
from the bus stop so that you
Sucks.
can catch Dragon Ball Z, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. However,
I used to
had
run home to watch Cody Loco. I used to run home
yeah.
to watch Cody. You guys remember that show, Cody
Yeah,
Loco?
that was bad, bro.
Yeah.
They was mad
Cody
hacking.
Loco.
Oh my
Mad hacking, bro.
hackers.
So I was gonna say also like I want to give props since we're talking about that episode to one of the most humbled characters in the entire franchise, which is the owl. What's his name? Jean Ki Wong, the one who knows 1,000 knowledge.
Yeah, I
big,
can't remember his
Hun-
name, but
Right.
yeah, man.
Hansu.
The
Giant, right? He was a ginormous
Yeah.
owl.
Yeah, owl that was so full of himself, being the smart. You remember the most intellectual being in this?
Right.
Always cracks me up.
Hun-
Yeah. What a jerk.
I who know
What a
everything.
douche.
I know everything.
What a douche.
I gotta
Yeah,
say
he's
that
Oh, you know
sand
what?
episode is gonna be so fire in live action though if they do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what episode's gonna be fired? I don't know if you guys remember this episode where it was like Aang was talking to like this giant demon spider and he had to like remain. He had to keep all his like expressions to himself. And it was like
like
talking to him,
Ko.
like changing
Ko.
faces and I was like, whoa,
Yeah, Ko
that
the
was
face
dope,
snatcher.
bro. I remember that. Yes,
Yes.
Ko the face snatcher. That's gonna be a dope episode if they ever get to it. They got to make it creepy though and like scary because I remember being legit like, whoa, I hate spiders. I have arachnophobia in real life, so
Yes,
I'm
my
terrified of
man.
spiders, bro.
We're kindred spirits. I was talking about it earlier about how like that episode like really hecked me up as a kid, man.
Yeah. Imagine how terrifying to be to have to talk to something like that and then not show any facial expressions whatsoever, or you're done for. I'm like, oh, dude, that's one thing I was gonna say too. Like, they gotta get the spiritual like aspects of Avatar, right? Like not just the CGI, but like the spiritual elements of it, because that's where it gets people
Definitely.
with that. You know, that's,
Yeah, I love the spirit world stuff too.
Yeah.
Definitely seeing
Right,
them
right.
hang within the balance of both the comedic part and the seriousness. That'll really tell whether or not it worked out in the end for sure.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And this is for season 2, but one effect that they have to nail is when they introduce Toph, how she senses the earth. You know, her seismic sense. That is very important.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious if they'll
'Cause
do
it's
like full
great.
CGI for it, or if we'll just have to use our imaginations.
Yeah, like we need to sense something. Either a sound, the way she hears, she can literally hear the earth around her or something like that. Because they have
And
to
you
they
say
have
the
to nail it.
vibrations.
Yeah. They have to nail it.
Daredevil style.
Daredevil style, yeah, they could implement a lot of those like CGIs that Daredevil does, where you kind of see the screen kind of like grayish, and all the highlighted things are like white. It's like a vibration almost. Like I think Daredevil like hit the nail on the head with that.
I think of
But I
Splinter
don't
Cell.
know. They could do their own thing. Ooh, Sam Fisher, man, one of the baddest ever.
True.
Yeah. And oh yeah, and I really hope that we'll see, obviously again season 2, but I do hope we'll see that epic scene where Iroh heats up his tea with just his air fire bending, but just holding it. And so I think he like blew on the tea and it became hot.
I got a question. If there was a video game based around the sport that they play in the Korra series, would you guys pick that up?
Oh, for sure, man.
That would
That'd be
slap,
dope.
right?
Yeah, man.
Dope.
Three different elements, and there is a strategy towards that, with the rules and everything. Yeah, for sure.
Didn't they get that sport from that Aztec game where they had to hit it with their hips in a way? Like I think that was a big influence. I forget what the name of that game is called. And that's he knows a lot about American culture, but I think that was a big influence on that.
I think
for
there's
sure.
some
But yeah,
Avatar
that'd be
themed
a dope
VR
game.
games out there too. Honestly,
Word,
I remember seeing a VR game where you could pretty much
word.
earthbend. You pull it up out of the ground, and then the way you hit it smacks your opponent.
Yeah.
That'd be
And
wild.
there's also that concept in that game. That's why I think it's so great of like in ping pong where I think in some tournaments you cannot hit the ball on the side, which is the same thing with them. You couldn't kick
Yeah,
out someone on the side, only from the back, which I liked as well. Makes it more more harder. But yeah, I would play a video game based on that game, honestly, mobile or PC
I got
or
a
console
I got a
console
question
as
for
well.
all you guys. I got a question for all you guys, right? Let's just say hypothetically, um, the live action does great, and we get like almost all the whole season from start to end, right? What chapter or what book are you guys most anticipating? Like, what's your favorite chapter in the series, and like what you guys looking forward to? I'm looking forward to like Bossing Say, right?
Yeah.
I love when they like get to Bossing Say, and he like Uncle Iroh does his like song for his son that makes me cry every single
Uh,
time, where his like son passed away in the war. I'm looking forward to that.
Vex brought it up earlier that I think it's the Tales of Bossing Say. I
Yeah,
completely
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I think that's something to look forward to.
What about you, Freddie?
Oh, I'm just excited I'm just excited to see another live action succeed where I've kind of felt besides One Piece, like they've all been hit and miss, kind of mid. Really do good at one thing, really suck at
Hmm.
another. This one looks like they've got the character types, the actors themselves look really well handpicked. The aesthetics, I want to see like all the different nations and the tribes and the way like the differences and how intricate they get with the scenes and like their camps and the towns and everything. Everything looked really good in the trailer. So I'm excited to see this one win, bro. Another win.
Another one.
So for me, it's book 3 specifically, and I'll explain why. Is when we see in talk about Iroh and Ba Sing Se, saying that he saw a prophecy of him taking Ba Sing Se, and when you see the real prophecy is what him actually saving Ba Sing Se. And why I love this episode, this introduction is they kept talking about Fire. We talk about Fire Nation, but no one actually saw Iroh as a Fire Nation member, right? He was like this the
Right,
lone wolf, the only one on the good side. And so
Mm.
when he makes a speech, I remember
right.
as a kid, I said, "Oh my God, Iroh too is gonna get that buff." And then you see Iroh doing in one hit, destroying what others can do for 100 years. It's like the way they did it is like a lot of people just forget that Iroh is a firebender from the Fire Nation, but they do it so well that he's this lone wolf that you also forget he gets that buff as well as all of them, and it's just amazing when they just take it over, just 5 old geezers taking over the city. Oh yeah, for me it's like it has to be it. I can't wait for it'll be in 6 7 years for sure, but I can't wait for that moment. You know.
Goaded.
Yeah,
Goaded.
man. Yeah, dude. It's like it's such a. But I think every season, like I think every season finale, like every book finale, the whole moon lore and the water tribe, the fight in Ba Sing Se with Azula and Iroh, Aang and all
Mm.
the end of book 2, and the whole war at the end of the war, 100-year war. I think each of those finale are just their own, perk. They're all goaded for their own reasons. You know what I mean? There's not one that's better than the other one. They're uniquely better, good. All of them.
I think the ending fight from season 2 is what I'm looking forward to the most. Like Aang falling and everything.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna slap. It
Yeah.
Same
Even
brain.
Aang might have.
yeah,
Same brain, Lucas.
Yeah, like it's
I want to
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
I want to see them redirect the lightning. That's all I've been thinking about.
oh, you want to see lightning?
Yeah. That blue lightning. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
the
for
scene,
sure.
the scene, the
I
scene
can't
where
wait
he
to see
gets.
Boomy too. Boomy's gonna be
Oh yeah, man, Boomy is gonna be so amazing. I was gonna say that
Yes.
it's true. Lucas, you're right. The scene where Azula
dope.
does the
Slap.
hit, and you see all the avatars connection just disappearing, losing his
Mhm.
connection. That it's true. That has to be fire.
You
Such
guys
an amazing
remember?
scene.
the Robin Hood people. I can't remember their name or the little group of they pretend to be good guys, then they betray the gang.
Jet.
Jet.
and his guys.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping that we get a final answer
Jet,
if Jet actually dies or not.
Yes, that's drove me crazy.
Jet was yeah, Jet was dope, man. I like Jet. He was super cool.
What was the last time we saw him? He
That
was
little
taken by the
boomerang
guys
he
from
had.
the dailies, right? He was taken by the dailies,
When
right?
he
That was the
dies,
last time.
that's the last time we saw him. Is when he died.
Well, it's left open.
He died. He died. Like, he is
No, bro.
Yeah.
They said it was never
No.
really clear. It was never really clear.
Yeah, it was never
cope.
really clear.
Let us cope, man.
Nah, Jet
Let
dead.
us cope.
He dead as
I
dead could
wonder if
be.
they'll be able to.
Dead. That boy dead.
Vex said
But
it's been too long since anyone mentioned Boomy. Has he been cast yet? Do we know what he looks like?
Yeah.
Oh, heck
Here,
yeah.
I'll pull. Yeah, we see him in the trailer too. Him and Anger fighting in the trailer.
Yeah.
Wait, is it young Boomy? Or I guess hold on, pre-time skip,
it's-
if you will.
It's old Boomy.
Okay.
100-year time
Uh,
skip.
I hope they show him going down those like slides at Bossing or whatever that city is. What
Yeah,
city
the
they at?
postal service. You're talking about the
Like
postal
those little-
service.
those- yeah, those little, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, I hope they show that scene where like they hit the guy with cabbages. I don't know if you guys remember. There was a guy with cabbages, right? Throughout like the
Yeah.
couple
Oh, yes.
episodes, he gets cabbages
Not
and
my
they destroy
cabbages.
it, and they just keep.
Not my
"Not my
cabbages.
cabbages." Dude, poor
The-
fella, man.
Oh wait,
Like, multiple
you didn't hear
times.
that? The original voice actor is playing the Cabbage Man, from what we
Yeah.
heard.
Yes, this is facts. Hard
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah, so that's cool. So we'll actually get the original guy. So that would be cool. That would be fun. But yeah, other than that, honestly, I think it's like, I think, yeah, I think like, other than the animation, CGI, fire bedding, all of that. If the acting is good, I think we won't be that disappointed. I feel be a bit like the One Piece live action. Was it
Listen,
100%? No, but it was great. Still.
they had me sold the minute they said Aang and not Ong. Like that was a big thing for me.
And didn't they have another one before this one, the live action for the Last Airbender?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, we don't talk about that one. We
As long
don't talk about
As
that.
long as they're not pulling fire out of garbage cans, I think it'll be great. I mean,
The slowest earth bending you've ever seen in your life. Oh,
Low, dude. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah.
That's why I said choreography is a big thing, man. It's a giant thing.
Yeah, and also, yeah, I'm very interested on the Kyoshi Warriors fighting style and also Zuko, because contrary to the other, Zuko is very martial artist. But from what I heard from you guys, he has experience in martial arts, so I'm not really scared.
I love when that happens. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Makes
because
me
don't
feel
forget,
good.
the Blue Spirit, he doesn't use firebending. He just uses his swords and his legs to fight. So that has to be done good as well.
The blue spirit is Soge King from One Piece.
Exactly. And Gaimon. I heard rumors he might also be Gaimon.
That'd be fire.
Blue Spirit episode is really cool. I really like that. Like, that's the first time
He was
Zuko had
good.
to question if what he was doing was right or not. I hope that
Yeah.
scene is done well.
Yeah. That's why I say that Sasuke should take notes on Zuko on how to be a good anti-hero,
Yeah.
But yeah, that no, honestly, you know what? It's gonna be fun, honestly. And also, what I'm curious about is the comedy, because it was a big thing in Avatar. The jokes has to hit it, And I don't want just a rehash of the jokes we've heard, I want them to be creative enough to surprise us with some of the jokes,
yeah. And at the end of Blue Spirit, didn't they have to suck on those frozen wood frogs? I wonder if they're gonna do that.
Whoa.
Pause.
Let's go do some Toad. Ayo 3-day.
Woo!
3-day. Love it.
Is it not?
Like,
Love it.
It is, but like I just think it's wild and out of pocket that you mentioned it.
Yeah, Sweetie, I won't lie. I won't
I
lie.
thought it was
It
hilarious.
it sounds like you ate. It sounds like you ate the Hito no Mi model Cody. The way you said that. That's something Cody would have said. That's something Cody would
So,
have said.
but you're like the
I'm telling
comedy.
you.
The comedy is very important because like I could see the actor in the Aang looks like super serious, and like we're talking about a guy who's like literally didn't want the responsibility. It was like happy-go-lucky, wanted to see the world and have fun. It was kind of just brushing us all off, and for him to be like overly serious the entire time would be like an L for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And to add on that, um, I do think that they won't. Something that they did in the Harry Potter franchise that I always always scares me is giving some of the dynamic, like the Ron stuff to Hermione, the Harry stuff to Ron, those kind of stuff. I want the characters to be who they were, you know. I don't want some of the jokes to be given to Katara or some of the worrying to be given to Sok. You know what I mean? Like I want them, to stay on point with the characters. No switching arounds. Because I know in some other
No
franchises
sweat.
they've done that. They've done that in the past. Oh, the hell! Scared the hell out of me. Sorry.
Your reflection?
Yeah, sorry.
What
Just
happened?
yeah.
What happened?
We heard a little man very loudly. I heard him very loudly.
Dude,
It made me
running
jump.
amok right now.
He just wants to talk about
Running amok.
Avatar. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
Cube. Don't be
Cube,
gatekeeping.
don't be gatekeeping, Cube. He let out his conqueror talkie. You just couldn't handle it.
Exactly.
With
And
the paralyzed.
actually, I can't wait for the Roku episode in season 1 when they go to Roku Island. That's also a big important
Yeah,
scene.
that's gonna be dope. Actually, I forgot about that. Dude, you
I
guys
just
are making me
remembered.
want to watch it again. I want to watch the animated series again and rewatch it. I just might do that.
I
Just
mean,
might do that.
yeah, I think it's one of those franchises where you can rewatch it. Not that many episodes, and it's really good. That's also the advantage. It's like what,
Sounds
60
like
episodes in total?
sounds like a watch party is in the order.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm
What would be
in.
everyone's favorite book
Let's
to watch then, though? What's everyone's favorite season of Avatar, I guess?
Mine's definitely the second or the third.
Same
Mine's
brain.
the third.
Same
Third.
brain.
Mine's the third.
Same.
Yeah, I think I'm like actually like Lucas as well, and 3. It's the second or third. I just feel like the first one, the first part was just the build up of the story, you know. So they're trying to find their footing.
First one is like they're figuring things out. The second one expands, and the third one is like, okay, let's finish this. So like,
Yeah.
I really like the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
But
Toph
again-
just has one of the best character introductions in all of fiction. Like,
1000%.
Real.
1000%.
Dude, and her introduction, the best part is not even her fighting, is when she defeats the boulder and she looks at him and says, "The boulder, more like the pebble."
yes.
Yeah. Bars. That
That
should have been like a Dom DeMarco. Like that should have been just mic drop right there. If I was the boulder, I would have never fought ever again in my life. Yep.
I got
I
to use
would
that
have
not
never
once,
fought anyone.
but twice on stream. Twice on stream, I got to use that.
And it played. It definitely played.
Yeah, book 3. I think I'm most excited for it, just because Sozin's comment is like such a hype moment for like, and it's such a pivotal like climax for the whole
Yes.
series.
Yeah.
Also,
should say
Aang getting his hair back, I just like
Back.
Aang with a fade.
And with the fade.
Yeah,
I'm really
yeah,
excited
that
to
fade.
see Sokka train and learn how to use a blade and get the meteor sword. That's so cool.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and also, yeah. I think that this episode I really like it, because also for me, I feel like this is where at the end you get the White Lotus again, item or whatever you want to call it, kind of for foreshadowing. And I think he's the first one where you kind of see the division. We don't do the division of. We see beyond that. We see like he was the first one, kind of bringing it up. Boomy and John was cool, and Grand Paku as well. but they weren't that deep into it. He was the one that for me, he's the one who made us understand when they saw them. Okay, they're all the same actually. White. That's what the White Lotus is, because he was the one who actually mentions that. Well, I think Lucas brought it up before.
Yes.
I don't know who brought it up, but yeah. So yeah, for me it's like, I think every season there's like 5 episodes where they cannot miss for sure. In the 3 books, there's always those 5 episodes
Right.
per book
Right.
that they
Uh-huh. Yeah.
that they can miss.
Or even
I-
just like moments, right? Moments
Yeah,
that
like
they
they
really
need
can't.
in book 3 though, they have to have the dance party with all the Fire Nation kids.
Yes.
Yep.
Like,
I love that scene. I love
well,
that
because
scene.
it shows that the Fire Nation, like the citizens, are not wanting the same thing as the rest of the Fire Nation.
Right. They're just
Like-
people, man. They're just people. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have to do a good job at humanizing the Fire Nation, or else it'll lose its message.
You know what? Yeah, and
Hold
you
on,
brought
man.
you brought a good point. It is like how they cannot miss in book 2, how even the Earth King did not even know there was a war.
Yeah, there is no
One
war in
side-
Boston.
Yeah.
I can't forgive that guy. I cannot forgive the Earth King. He totally spilled the plans about the Day of Black Sun and didn't even tell Aang or anybody about it. He told the fake Kyoshi warriors, Azula, and all them that they were going to attack on the Day of Black Sun, the Fire Nation.
Oh god.
Yeah, he dropped the ball on
Yes.
that. He dropped the
He
ball
dropped
on
the
that.
ball.
What I was gonna say about the Fire Nation being humanized, they're gonna do that. They're gonna do that a lot with Iroh, because they're just gonna show like he was just a cog in the machine, right? And, like how we first see him, and then how we're like, oh no, he was actually I don't know if he was a general. Was he a general as in the Fire Nation? But I think they are gonna like show us both sides, like somebody that we love, and then in the war, and then like Lucas said, the dance with the kids. Like I think they are going to do that. They have to. They really do have to, though.
Do you think they're
But I
gonna
do
show?
love that. That's a good point.
Do you think they're gonna show the like mini arc that Katara has, where she's like pretending to be the water spirit for these people?
No,
in
I
book
hope to
3?
God not. That is the most boring episode of Avatar there is. That episode is like the bane of my
Wow.
fucking existence. I'm not even kidding, dude. I cannot.
Wow.
It's the only episode that when I'm watching through Avatar, I'm like, I'm gonna skip that one.
No.
Whoa.
You came out
Whoa.
swinging.
You're a hate. Let's talk about why you hate
Out-of-pocket
Katara so much.
Because
She's
every other word
obnoxious.
out of her mouth. My mother was killed by the Fire Nation. She says my mother so many times and touches that fucking necklace that anytime I do that motion, my wife knows immediately to mock Katara.
Instead of my wife, it's my mother.
My way.
My wife.
My wife. My wife.
My wife.
My
Yeah.
That's
wife.
crazy though. That's some Katara slander.
Your family
It
was
is.
destroyed by the Fire Nation. So what? Join the club.
Yeah, there's
Like,
other people.
Join
Look at-
Oh,
Sokka's
seriously.
like, yeah, and
yeah, and
Yeah, right. My mom. She was my mom too. Stupid. See me bitching and complaining. Jeez.
Oh my god.
I didn't think that episode was that bad though. It was alright.
it is. It has the worst character too in it. Shu, the guy that
Night
changes his hat
night.
and is like, I'm no other brother. No, you're not.
Hey, no, you're not. Stop it.
Stop
Stop.
it, dude.
I will do say that I do feel like this is one the thing that I kind of bothers me with the Qatar characters. I feel like they did drop the ball on, like they all had moments. Like for me, one of the things that bothers me with Aang is his whole, he's the Avatar, but he's a pacifist. So because he's a monk, like his whole thing at the end where he realized he has to kill the Fire Lord. I said, dude, if he did not get that after a full year of doing this whole training.
Right.
Yeah, it's like,
Right.
but then again, it worked with the character, so okay. But I do understand with the Qatar one, it's just,
Dude,
it's very hard to go
5
past
minutes
with the
in-
Qatar moments.
No, you know what?
Five
Katara
5 minutes
moment
into
we need is her hunting down the dude that killed her mom. That's the only big Katara moment I need for the story. Give her all of
Yeah,
her
I
little
like that.
moments where she's like comforting Zuko and things like, yeah, that's the greatest parts of her character. The only thing I want to hear
Yeah.
about with her dead mom is her hunting down her killer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be dope.
was
No,
the
but I was gonna say that 5 minutes into the game, I would have been like, "Yo, this guy gotta go, bro. This Fire Lord gotta go. He's gotta go." Bro.
I'm gonna learn all the I'm gonna learn all the powers, and then I'm gonna this dude's
Yeah.
dome. Like,
I gotta
Yeah.
take this dude out, man.
I gotta
Yeah,
get
it's
the
like,
fire blicky. I gotta
yeah,
get the
get the,
fire
You gotta get.
blicky.
the blicky,
Yeah.
pull out the
yeah, this
gat
is
on the
what,
Frizzler.
yeah,
In
and that's why
GTA.
it bothers me, and that's why it bothers me that Aang come up to that. It doesn't bother me he came to this conclusion at the beginning, but you cannot say by the end. Well, actually, I was never intending to kill him. It says, dude, with after what you witnessed, what else do you need to understand you're the Avatar? You know
Right.
what I mean? It's like, it was so late. It would have understood if it was in book 1 for sure.
Yeah.
Winston in the chat. We also need Zuko and Sokka, Boiling Rock, and Aang and Zuko's adventure as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, we definitely need the like little separate Zuko adventures for the bonding and shit. Like that has to happen, especially Boiling Rock because it's such a pivotal moment in season 3.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
But the Dance of the Dragon as well, like him and Aang and Zuko's moment, like that's iconic. Like you have to have that because that's
True.
when Zuko's like, I get it now. I get everything now.
And dude, if they're planning to at least touch on Korra later on, or at least the first Avatar, the
That's what I was
dragon
gonna
dance
say.
is so
Yeah,
important. It's so
yeah,
important. Dragon dance. It's such an
yeah.
important
If
thing,
they
especially
bring
for
in
Korra.
anything about Wan, I'll lose my shit,
Yeah,
dude. Like
yeah.
Avatar Wan is,
Really?
yeah. Like
Dude, I'm sorry. If anyone who's seen Avatar Wong storyline in Korra, and go back look at what Aang was doing in Avatar State, you can see that they were thinking already about him.
yeah.
There are a lot of similarities
Really?
with some of the stuff. Yeah, some of the stuff you
I
never
haven't
understood.
seen Korra.
How? Yeah, you have to watch Korra. It's worth it.
Yeah, I like Korra a lot. I know
Yeah.
some people aren't the biggest fans of it, but I really enjoyed it.
I think the best way
Yeah.
to look at Korra is to not think of it as being better or worse, but just it's adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro got his
Extension.
head shaved, y'all.
Got
Was
his
the
head
only
shaved.
one.
Yeah, and I'll say this: overall, I prefer most of the villains in Korra. I prefer them majority more than the majority of villains of Aang. Like in Aang, they have great villains. I just feel in Korra, the majority of villains are really interesting.
Zahara
you know,
alone,
Like, you're
man.
doing it.
Same with Amon. Amon too. Like they're both their reasoning solid. Like these people have a point. The only one that's not cool is the Earth Kingdom Hitler. But like, we ain't gotta talk about her.
Bro.
I mean, yeah,
Those are my
I
favorite
mean,
villains. Like the ones that are just evil, just to be evil. Those are to me, those are the best, man. I love those villains.
Don
The
Quixote.
Doflamingos.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Doflamingos.
Like the ones that have a reason, they hit harder. They hit harder for real, for real. Killmongers of Marvel or whatever. But me personally, I just love the evil ones, the evil bastards. Like the ones you can't ration with for no reason
so
whatsoever.
so to
Who's
not
playing
to not
the
spoil.
washing machine?
That boy.
Okay, I was gonna say so
Let
to not
him
spoil.
wash. Let him cook.
To not
Let him cook.
to not spoil Smokey on the villain of season 3 of Korra. I like how he was written because it's a very interesting way to write a villain.
Yeah.
I really like
You
how
guys
they
can
wrote
talk
his.
about it. I don't care. I'll watch
No,
it
no,
anyway.
no, dude.
No,
Yeah, no,
Co-
dude. No, you have to
Smokey,
be surprised. You have
You're
to be
gonna
surprised.
you're gonna watch
Fuck one of
Korra and
those.
you're gonna think the exact same thing I did. Bolin should have been
Okay.
the Avatar.
Oh wow! I probably will,
I
man. I
Whoa.
probably will, honestly.
Korra
I
fucked
probably
up.
will.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm done.
No, yeah, Korra
I
had
can't hold it
a
back.
rough run as Avatar, bro. She had a rough run.
Yeah, it was not an easy run. Now, I'll say this. However, even though a lot of fuck ups like that, I preferred some of her struggles, Korra's and Aang, because they were more relatable.
Yeah.
The way she saw it, and the way she always wanted to be proactive. Aang, even though he was stuff like that, he was very passive. He was very patient about stuff that is very hard to be relatable. Very rare people are like Aang at 12 years old.
Right.
A lot of people are like Korra at 17 years old. A lot of people are like Korra at 17 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like I think for those who've read the comics of the avatars, every avatar has inherited were cursed by some of the stuff that the previous avatar wanted to avoid but couldn't avoid. Everyone.
Right. It's a cycle, right? They
Yeah.
kind of
Cycle,
explain
yeah.
that with like the cycle
Yeah,
and
it's a
never
cycle.
ending cycle. I would love to see the past avatars. I would love to see story like just mini little stories about their lives
Watch
and stuff like
Korra,
that.
bro. Watch
Korra.
Korra. Like
Damn.
it's so
Go deep.
good.
They
Oh,
go
Do they
deep.
show
Yes.
all?
they show a lot of
Do
them.
they show all of them, or was that's dope? I love that.
And also,
3-Day has to make her exit. Everybody, let's give 3-Day her flowers. Thank you so much for being on
Hey,
stream with
we
us
love
today.
you on stream. I loved having you. Stupid raccoon.
You stupid
Insane.
Everybody check out Smokey's Alabaster Art Review and
Yeah.
sub and follow all these guys. They're all great. And
We
I
love
hope
you.
You're
Bless
everyone-
your
great.
heart.
You're the
3-Day.
goat.
The queen of this.
Smokey, watch Korra. You got to.
I will. Promise. Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Mandatory homework from 3-Day.
Yeah. And
Mandatory.
also,
That was an order.
Also,
I know.
Smokey, I don't know how. Like, do you read often, like books and whatnot?
Me just trying to read. Me just trying to learn how to read real quick. I only One Piece so far, and like just little stuff here and there. But I definitely am gonna start. Remember, I told you I was gonna start reading the Don.
Yeah. Well, they have books that go over all of Kyoshi's life and all of Yang Chin's life.
I believe there's
Yeah,
also a
that's dope.
Kyoshi movie upcoming.
There is. It's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
after the. There's a Kyoshi, a
Whoa, Zuko
gang
and
one.
Korra?
Yeah,
Dude, what a time to be alive, man.
and a
They're getting
Korra,
some
Oh
good
and a
my
Korra
episodes,
God.
movie,
huh?
and a Korra
And-
movie.
And also, Smokey, if
great.
you want to tease you for it, there's a component about the Avatar that was never brought up in depth in the original one that no one thinks about. That in Korra they talk about a lot.
That's
That's
dope.
all I can say. Yeah, and it gives you like it makes more understanding of some stuff how Aang, for some without saying too much. So honestly, you should because you do learn some stuff about the Avatar that you didn't know in Aang about Aang.
Is Korra finished, or is it still ongoing?
It's
It's done.
The creators wanted 2 girls to kiss, and Nickelodeon said, "If you do it, we're canceling your show." So they
Holy
wrapped the
crap.
show, and they canonized the ending.
Yep.
Oh crap. Oh crap. Yikes.
I mean, and we all know that's why they made Avatar Studios. Like they love to play with the limits with when Korra. Like don't forget in mid
That's
season
why
3.
That's why he was
Yeah.
left open ended. Is because like they weren't allowed to say he died. Like, but he's dead. Like he he is gone.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
there's a specific scene for those who know in season 3 in Korra that literally pushed Nickelodeon because they didn't want something as gruesome. Because of that,
Are you talking about with
Korra-
the Earth Queen?
Yeah, it
Oh,
went
yeah.
from television to web. Then you can only watch it from the next episode the Avatar only on the Nickelodeon web, and
Yeah.
with a parental things like that. Yeah,
Let's
in
just
one
say-
go. Yeah.
Let's just say it is crazy, like that stuff used to be the stuff that would have got your shows canceled, and now if you don't have that kind of material, your show's gonna get canceled.
I mean, it's actually kind of cool because Korra paved the way for like Adventure Time and
Adventure Time was on at the same time as Korra. It premiered like
for
crazy.
the LGBTQ like friendly stuff
Oh
though.
yeah.
After seeing the response and how people loved it.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Steven
like-
Universe as well.
Yes,
And-
that's Steven Universe was the other one I was really struggling to think of.
I love Steven's Universe.
Steven
I
Universe
fell
is so
off.
fucking good, dude.
I fell off a Nickelodeon Cartoon Network around that era. That's the era I stopped. Like the Kids Next Door, that era. That's where I the last era I stopped.
Yeah.
But I
Korra
really
came
do
out
wish I watched. I really do wish I watched Adventure Time, and 'cause it seemed.
You need to watch Adventure Time too. Like that
It's
show
worth
is
it.
so good. It's so worth it. Same with Steven
All I know-
Universe. It's worth it.
All I know is the Bacon Pancake song.
That's so good.
Like for what it's worth, I
Don't
was
wa-
late to the party for those as well. I stopped around the same time you did. But going back and watching Adventure Time in one big sitting, same thing with Steven Universe, it still holds up. And I watched those for the first time last year for Steven Universe and 2 years ago for Adventure Time.
Bro,
That's how you know.
some of those
cartoon is you
gyms
can
have
give
some
people back.
cursed lives, bro. You just feel so bad for like all of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Lapis Lazuli, like being trapped in the mirror. Like, oh
Bro,
my
so
god,
sad, dude.
so sad, so sad. You need to watch Steven Universe too, Smokey. Like you got it. That show saved my life.
The
Legitimately, like you
Watermelon
gotta watch.
Stevens, bro. Come on,
Yeah, the
dude.
Watermelon Stevens,
Astral
Watermelon Island.
Astral projecting to a Watermelon Steven, bro, to get help, bro.
Whoa, sounds like
It's
some Rick
good.
and Morty type stuff.
It's wild. It's a wild, wild, wild series.
The buff.
Yeah, I do regret it. I do regret falling off in that era. There was some bangers.
Some bangers.
But I
yeah,
did catch the
or-
glory. I did catch the glory days of Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, right? The Hey Arnold, like Nickelodeon versus Cartoon Network. You just
that was such a
peak,
thing,
man.
dude. It was such
was
a thing when
peak.
we were kids.
What a time to be alive around that time, man.
Bro.
Honestly, you guys, in my opinion, I hate to say it, but I honestly think Nickelodeon won in that little war, just
Oh,
slightly.
get the fuck out of here. We
Slightly.
will
Domain
argue all day,
expansion.
Smokey. Domain
We could go.
expansion.
We
The
could
False
middle
go
of
hope for
nowhere.
imaginary friends.
The middle of
No.
nowhere.
Domain
Smokey.
expansion,
Okay,
Toonami.
I'm sorry.
Toonami.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Toonami.
No,
By
no,
itself.
no.
Okay.
No, Toonami doesn't
Toonami
count,
by
man.
itself, like,
It doesn't
conquered.
count. No, it
It
doesn't
does count because they're like
No, it
Toonami and Adult Swim, dog. It
No,
does
it does
count.
not. And I'll give you a reason why. It was played at a totally different time. It was played at a time for adults.
It was all Cartoon
You have
Network,
to compare kids. No, you can't. You can't do that.
I think
It
of like
wasn't.
Toonami
You
against
can't
like
do that.
CW 4Kids or whatever.
No, Four
Yes,
Kids was all like in the morning and shit. CW stuff,
Nah.
the WB
Digimon,
Kids,
bro.
that was all in the afternoon.
If we're counting Toonami, then of course Cartoon Network wins, man. They win by a landslide. But
Cartoon
I don't
Network
count.
had Toonami. I mean, it just seems like such a clear cut like discussion. Like
Which one
it
had
was on
Boomerang?
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
dude. It's seeming more like a win and a win.
Y'all aren't gonna talk about Disney Channel?
No, dude.
Would it-
Okay,
oh
listen,
man, the Wizards of
Disney
Waverly
Channel-
Place.
Oh.
The movies were dope.
The
No.
remake.
Cody?
No, the Disney Channel robbed me of Dave the Barbarian, and I will never forgive them for that. They
The
still
movies-
haven't put it on Disney Plus. They still haven't shown it
But-
any fucking love, and it's the like
Dude.
24 episodes of the best
But
animation
look
of all
this.
time.
Oh
But
my
look, you
God.
gotta admit, their movies or their little Disney movies were peak, like Smart House, Johnny
yeah.
Tsunami,
Johnny
Gangster Witch-
Tsunami.
Dude, you remember that? That was like,
Oh my
peak.
God,
what's
yes.
The one with the leprechaun, Luck of the Irish.
Luck of the
little-
Irish. Yep.
Bro.
Luck of the
How
Irish.
many times do you think
Peak,
you've
man.
watched Halloween Town, bro?
Oh, 1,000 times. I just watched it like a couple weeks ago. I swear.
I've,
That's all I
I've watched it every year with the kids. You know what I mean? You gotta watch all of it.
Dude, that girl, I
Yeah.
forget the name of the main actor, I had a crush on her. She was babe.
She
back
was
then,
in a
bro. I'm not
Stephen
even-
King's. She was in a Stephen King show, bro.
Rose Red.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. I love Rose Red.
He
The
knew
only
he
thing I'm
knew
gonna say about Disney Channel is they were on point with the Disney Channel original movies. That was what they were really good at.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Their little original movies were dope. For sure.
Yeah.
Bro,
Johnny
we've-
Tsunami.
We've definitely
Have anyone
drifted, my
ever seen-
guys.
Yeah, we have
Have
drifted
everyone
hard.
ever seen Hounded? Have you guys ever seen Hounded in Disney Channel original movie?
Yes.
Dude, it is one of the most hilarious movie of all time. I seen it like last year. It still cracks me up.
Hunchback of Notre Dame and Pocahontas are my two, like, gotta be the two of the best, animated.
Hunchback of Notre Dame has the best soundtrack of any
Bro.
Disney film, and I will fist fight somebody
Tarzan.
about that.
But-
Tarzan.
No, dude, you can.
Tarzan.
Everyone talks about Tarzan, though, dude.
Tarzan's
When
fire,
you hear
fire.
the Latin at the beginning of Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame, oh my god,
Yeah.
dude! He's like Beata Maria.
I'll give you
Anyway.
another one that had some good tunes is the Goofy movie with Powerline. You guys remember that?
Oh yes,
fire.
dude.
Yeah.
Powerline was peak. But anyway, let's get back to the last Avatar.
Do we
are
have
drifting
any like
far.
crazy final comments? Any hot takes besides like what we've already hit? How we feeling? Like I'm super hyped altogether. I'm ready to see it. This is gonna be dropping, and I'm gonna be enjoying every bit of it. I'm gonna be eating.
When
good.
does it drop?
The
Uh,
22nd of
The
February.
22nd.
Bro.
Same brain.
Bro? It's coming.
Oh, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's
That's-
coming. So we're
that's awfully
like
close.
we're like 3 weeks awake, maximum 3
As
weeks
far as the
away.
hype goes, we are late to the party.
It's all good.
I
We're
mean,
late,
dude.
but we're great.
No, I know,
The
but
party's good.
there are a lot of people. I've been seeing. I'm just today doing some research on the live action. There are some good content creators out there with some great videos. You want to see some wild stuff going on with the live action and the Avatar: Last Airbender, go look, you'll find it.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
true.
no,
I think the moment it was launched, or like the moment we knew it was coming out, people hopped on it. It's peak, man. It's like one of the best shows in that era.
because and also don't forget a lot of people who are not at all fan of anime or manga live for Avatar because they don't consider it to be the same. Also, like it's
It kind
this
of blends the
vintage.
two, right?
Yeah, it's like basically all those who are prefer about MCU movies, TV shows, more live, like real life, features, not animes or manga. They fuck with Avatar. Sorry,
Hmm.
they f with Avatar.
Yeah, dope,
It's also that it's the best of both worlds.
dope. I don't have any hot takes. I hope they do it well, man. Hope they do it well.
I hope the changes over the sexism isn't like so crazy. Like I hope the character still gets the chance to arc and like it's just not comedy the whole time. Like
Yeah.
I get it,
Which
but there's a lot of people
who for
mad.
Soka?
Yeah, there's a lot of people mad that they believe they don't understand his character and like these changes are unnecessary.
Well, I feel
Yeah,
like it's what Cody was saying way long ago at the beginning of stream, where it's
Yeah.
they even after they addressed it in the I almost called it an anime in the show, like he kept kind of like falling back into that.
Ooh.
Whoa,
Something just got spicy. Yeah.
yeah, I heard that. That was like a
hello.
What got crispy?
He said hello.
I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, I do agree. Like they like dialed it back and then just put it right back in. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. Like according to the quote, they removed it completely. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that was an exaggeration, and that it's actually that after it's addressed, it's just gone, like it should have been originally.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I guess. Yeah. I have
Oh
mixed
no.
feelings
I,
about all that
I have
stuff.
a question. I have a question. I hope I won't be canceled for this question or judged for it. Do you guys think that a firebender can create his own bending style with fire, with calling fart bending? I always wonder that.
It's got to be an airbender.
That's
Bruh.
got to
Yeah.
Or
be.
maybe
That's an
airbender.
airbending
Yeah,
something you
yeah,
can do.
airbender. Yeah, you're right.
Tenzin's
Airbender.
son does that in Korra. He fart
Yeah,
bends.
no,
Oh my
yeah,
That's
wow, yeah.
god, bro.
I
dope.
forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Incapacitate your enemy
Repressed.
by gassing him down, bro.
You know what, Lucas? When you said that, I know exactly what that specific slow motion scene. Yeah, I
Yep.
remember it now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember it
But
now.
here's the
I
thing, though.
remember
Like,
it now.
but here's the thing, though. Like, in order for something like that to be cool, you can't just fart a big old cloud. You have to be like the spleen from Mystery Men, where you can literally shoot it. Like, pew, pew. And you guys remember that
God.
movie? This
Yes, dude.
God, bro.
such a vibe, right? The '90s vibe. I'm a '90s kid. I just showed my true age, but yeah, the spleen.
The
Oh,
spleen. Paul Rubens is a goat. Rest in peace.
rest in peace, bro. For real. But yeah, I'm down. I hope to see that. You know, who else knows? Like I don't know. Other than the Ahsoka stuff, like is there anything really that they need to change for the series that's gonna offend people and all that? It's like I think that's the only thing that people can pinpoint. That yeah, this it's kind of a douchebag. I just attribute it to him being a teenager. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I never really noticed all that. I'm just like he's a teenager. What? Who cares? Like, how teenager boy act like. But I guess we're in a different generation, different era, so it's understandable at the same time. I guess I don't know.
No, I get what you're saying, man. But yeah, I think overall I'm generally positive with it. I think it's gonna be good. Either way, I think it's gonna be fun to watch.
I think that's
Especially
the most important part.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important part. It's like the One Piece live action, man. Was there problems with some of the cinematography here and there? Yeah, of course. Like, was there issues with this and that? Yeah, of course. But it was fun. It was enjoyable, and even for non One Piece watchers, it was fun and enjoyable, and that's what's important. Like
Broke
DQ
records.
stated. Yeah, it's about expanding the fan base and getting more people into this world that we all love.
And the thing that upsets me and frustrates me is like people forget like that the show can improve, you guys. Like it doesn't have to be peak the first season. You know, I don't
That's
know
what I'm
any show that
saying.
like
Yeah.
what name me one show that's just straight fire from the get go. Like
One
Gurren
Breaking
Lagann.
Breaking Bad.
Firefly. I'm
yeah. Fucking all of us start dropping shit. The
I knew it, dude. I knew.
Billies.
I knew right away when I said that. I was like, they're gonna start dropping names. But yeah, seriously, like you know, it can improve just like One
Yeah,
Piece
of
can
course.
improve. So yeah, people have to have that mindset, even if it's not like perfect. If it's decent, that's a win.
Nobody
That's
said
a dub, baby.
Sopranos.
Not to say the first book of Avatar is bad, but I definitely feel that it's the weakest, so it definitely doesn't have that going for it when we have
Right.
the whole franchise to look up to or to compare it to, and this is the weakest part of the first series.
Right. Just like One Piece, right? The whole East Blue is almost like,
Yeah.
you know, it's the weakest, but not for me. I love me some Spirit Village. It does deter people. So if they can get through this hump, man,
Buggy
sky's the
balls,
limit
dude.
for them. Bucky Balls, Orange Town. Oh,
I think we're good to start wrapping it up, don't you? Does everybody feel that way?
No, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
we don't wrap it up here.
We don't wrap it
That's
up. Yeah, I got 5 kids to prove it.
Oh God.
Let's start outro.
Pull out game week.
Week. Let's start outros. Let's start with our lovely, lovely guest who joined us today on stream. DQ, Tree the Wolf, the man, the myth, the legend. Where can the people find you, my man?
Hey, you can find me over at Tree the Wolf on Twitch or TikTok, and also in the Gang Discord. I'm also here in the Last Arc Discord. I lurk a lot, but I'm still here.
Right.
Always.
Also to shill a little, today I'm gonna be hosting a watch party for Advent Children on Gang.
Ooh.
For any Final Fantasy fans out there.
I'm gonna be there.
What time is that?
TBD, sometime past 4, probably looking to be around like 6 or 7 p.m. Central Time.
I'll be in Gang playing Monster Hunter World, hanging out, chilling, vibing. So come out, hang out, and then come watch Advent Children and cry with all of us.
Yes. Yeah, I might have to.
The sad one, huh?
Yes, sir. Kube, let's hear about you. How you feeling today? Tell everybody goodbye and whatnot.
So guys, it was a great stream. Very excited for the live action, and you know where you can find me on TLA. Oh, that's here. So you guys can find me here. You know, with the great crew. You know, being the historian. You know, releasing. Don't worry. Outside of this type of streams, I'm gonna be back with Cuba the Red Tea. But right now, I'm still Cuba the Red Tea. Cuba's out.
Smokey, plug your stuff, my man.
Alabaster Arc will be part 2 with a lot of the goats from the TLA community. Just a lot of goats from the community by themselves. DJ, 3-Day, Mars, Andy Licks. Oh, geez, the list goes on, baby. I love all you guys. Ragnar. What else do I got to plug in? New chapter review coming out a couple days from now. Look out for that. What are we going to call it, Lucas? The terrarium piece video that me and Lucas are going to cook up?
Yeah, we're cooking up something spicy with that, my man.
Oh,
We're going to cook up some nasty. It's going to be real nasty stuff. So, yeah, man. Yeah, Frontline bound, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Next, we have the luscious man himself, SSJ8 Cody.
Hi, I'm the special great sorcerer of TLA. That means you can find me hanging out on TLA on stream, making these people scream with hot takes. You can find me on TikTok, making everyone scream on there with even more hot takes about more other anime. I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/SSJ8Cody, and all those links are in the description. And I want to give a special shout out to everyone in chat, like our Frontline Combatant, NoChillDill hanging out, being out in the chat,
Detective
roughing it out
Dill, let's
there. I want to give a
go.
shout out to vexyz, the lurking legend, like pulling through, modding it up in chat, showing people what this wrench is all about. It just so much love for the whole crew, and this was a really good stream, y'all. Just wanted to thank everyone and let y'all know that please come over and chill out in Gang. We're gonna cry to this movie, I swear.
Yes, sir. And last but not least, we have Fritty D. Ditz, Fritz the Ditz, the man, the myth, the legend himself.
This is
Fritty, what
Freddy.
you
This is Freddy D. Ditz here to make Marines great again. Nah, man, it's been absolutely great being on here. If you've made it this far, definitely, like Cody was saying, we have you all curated, all the links in the description. Thank you, Vex, for that. More and more and more kudos to you, my guy. It's been great having everybody on. Tree, 3-day, man. It's been a good stream. I'm really hopeful and excited to see what we're doing here a month from now. Maybe watch party in the Avatar
Mhm.
live action. So that might be some fun too. Look forward to.
Future stream that me and Cube were discussing is that we're going to be hosting a watch party of Alabasta review arc by our very own Grand Line Bound. And we'll be
Nice.
hosting a watch party, doing a reaction, and letting everyone know the behind the scenes of what our favorite bits and baubles are. So
Yes,
be
sir.
sure
I love you
tune into
guys.
the Discord to figure out when that stream's happening because
Let's
we'll be
go.
posting that up in announcements. So
All right,
We're
yes.
working on that. Oh yeah, let me plug in something. Look out for that Detective Dill, the next episode where he fights Pretty D Ditz. He makes Marines great again. And look out for the latest Wop Slap video that I dropped earlier today with Cody, Mayor Wop Slap. Let's go, baby.
The grandfather. I'm the granddaddy of his kitty. We gotta end stream, y'all. This is getting unhinged.
Thank you all for coming today. It's been a blessing to have everybody. We have been The Last Ark. I am Straw Hat Lucas, captain of The Last Ark, and we will see all of the goats next time. Cannot wait to see you all again and catch Chadmirals this Friday. Thank you guys all.
Ayo.
Ayo.
Oh.
Oh.
Sure, guys. We have to have a
Ayo.
poll. We have to make like a
Gang.